Hello gang, how are we? Excuse the state of my eyes. I've had an allergic reaction. I'm on tablets. It's looking great. I can't put anything on it, so yeah, we're looking rough. Today we are going to be making cinnamon rolls. So I have done a bit of revamping on my website, basically got rid of all the stuff that I don't really like making in terms of postals. Soon I will be going part-time as of June, so I can have set posting days. So the plan is to post anything on a Monday if it's ordered by midnight on Thursday. So then it will be nicer because I can have set days, whereas at the moment I can't because I'm doing too much. But yeah, so I've taken off things I don't like doing, and then I'm adding some new things that I do want to do, and I've been gagging to do cinnamon rolls since forever, and I want to make them slightly different because obviously although cinnamon rolls are amazing, they aren't necessarily that unique, you know. So I'm thinking I want to do loaded cinnamon rolls. So my thought process is that I'm going to make a batch of 6 today, providing they all go well and they taste good. Then we're gonna do 3 different flavors, so they'll have different fillings. So although they are cinnamon rolls, one of them is going to be cinnamon and Biscoff, one's going to be chocolate orange, and one is going to be Nutella, and it's got like a Freddo on the top because I thought that would look cute. And then basically they can be for postals and they look a bit cooler, you know, because they're a bit more got something about them. So that's what we're making today. I'm going to be trying the Finch Bakery recipe. Obviously if I need to change anything I'll let you know, so that you know whether I'm using that recipe to a T or not. And I'm going to half the recipe because it makes 12. So that's what we're going to be making today. I've gone to the shop, got all my bits, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to start by making the dough, and then we'll have to, I think, let it set in the fridge or like prove or something. I've literally never made dough before. You have to wait for it to rise. So I'll give you the gist of all that, and then we'll be rolling them out, filling them and decorating them. So that's the plan. Right, let's make cinnamon rolls. Alexa, play Top Hit. Alexa, no. No. Right, so I've weighed out my ingredients. We have melted butter in this recipe. Some recipes, they want you to use cubed butter. It's just dependent on the recipe. This one is melted, so I just melted that for 20 seconds. Then in here we have cinnamon, an egg, and caster sugar and light brown sugar, and also a bit of vanilla extract. Then here we have our bread flour. Then we have heated milk, so it's warm but it's not boiling. I heated it in the microwave for about 35-40 seconds. Basically, I just kept checking it to make sure I wasn't going to burn it. And then we have our packet of yeast, which we only need half of this, so I'm going to weigh it. But what we're going to do is we're going to mix these two together. And I've got a little whisk as well. And then we'll be adding in the flour, and then we add in the milk and the yeast. There we go. Then I am never a sifter, but I feel like I should probably sift this, or at least get some of the lumps out. To be honest, it's just laziness. I don't really have a sieve that I can use that isn't used for like normal day-to-day stuff, so I usually just get the lumps out like so. We have a little bit more butter in there. There we go. Right, so then gradually add this in. And then I'm just going to add the other half. And then I do need to put it in my mixer, but I just wanted to do the bulk of it first. I probably shouldn't have used such a small whisk to get that out. These are only being eaten by me, hence why I'm using my hands. There we go. Right, we're going to add the milk in. And I'm also going to weigh the amount of yeast because we're not using a whole thing. So we only want 4 grams. There we go. If it's too sticky, add flour. So that's what we're going to do, because that is a little bit too sticky. I'm going to add a little bit more cinnamon. I think that's still too sticky. I think it's because I did 1 egg instead of 1 egg and 1 egg yolk split in half, obviously because of half the recipe. Okay, it's going to be a little bit sticky, but I think that's fine. So we need to put it in an oiled bowl. I'm going to oil this one, and then we're going to cover it with a tea towel. So there is the dough. Right, we're going to cover it with cling film. like so. Little dough update. So this was about half of what it was before, so don't know if you can tell, but it's risen. Well, actually you can kind of see from the side, it's like up here, it was like down there. So yeah, it has risen loads. It has been almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna leave it for a good 2 hours because I'm not in any rush, and then yeah, take the air out of it, roll it out and start making the buns. Right, we're going to attempt to roll out the dough. So I've put some flour down on the base, and we're going to split it into, I think, 4 lots. So I think it will make 6, won't it? So it will 3 lots then, because it will make 2 rolls each. And then what fillings are we doing? So I need some Biscoff. We're going to be doing chocolate orange, and then what was the other one? Cinnamon, chocolate orange and Nutella. So I also need to melt some of my Nutella. So then that would roll, and that would make 2 cinnamon rolls. Okay, so I'm going to melt my toppings. They are expanding, so I've only left them for about half an hour. I shoved the leftover dough in the corners because I didn't have a tray that was small enough. So yeah, they have expanded quite a lot. These ones started off more like this size, so I was a bit worried that they weren't going to expand, but obviously now I know I don't have to fill up the tray as much, because I probably could just have 9 in this tray, I think. And then obviously when you bake them they also expand, so it's kind of hard to know, but obviously that's why we're doing this, trial and error and all that. But yeah, we have a Biscoff one there, Biscoff round here, Kit Kat there, and then these two are Nutella. So yeah, these ones are the biggest and they were the ones that went fine when I was rolling them out. I also would recommend not melting the spread. I didn't fully melt it, but I wouldn't even melt it at all. I'd spread it on like butter so that when you roll it, it does not budge. So yeah, gonna leave them for another sort of hour and a half and then we'll come back and have a look. Right, so I am very pleased with how they turned out for a first go. Ignore the Biscoff ones because they're a bit small. But these are the ones, you know, the stars of the show. So I'm going to get a photo of these ones together, and I'm also going to get some photos of like ripping them up as well. So, oh, that's still dripping. To give you a little close up. So this one has chocolate orange in the middle, and then it's also got chocolate orange on top, and then this one has Nutella in the middle, and it's also got Nutella on top, so it kind of falls into the middle as well. And then this one is Biscoff in the centre, and then we've got Biscoff melting on the top. But yeah, that is what they look like. Very happy with how they turned out. I will show you some photos at the end of the content pics that I got, because that will look a lot more aesthetic than this. Right, so I have just done a like pull apart video for TikTok, and I thought since I've pulled it apart and ruined it, I might as well do a taste test. So this is the chocolate orange Kit Kat bun, basically. So these are like loaded buns. There's actually no cinnamon in this one. There's cinnamon in the dough, only a little bit, to make it taste like a cinnamon bun, but then the filling is chocolate orange. I'm very excited. Chocolate orange is my favourite. Right, I'm going to try and do this gracefully. Guys, I'm getting emotional. I might be onto something here. That is beautiful. Oh, that is banging. You know what? Because like, I can post these. Like obviously these ones aren't set, so the chocolate is like melting on them. But you can literally, once they're set, post them. And then if you put that in the microwave, I just did it with one of the Biscoff ones. Put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. It warms up all the chocolate, and then you bite into it and it's warm. Oh, banging. Literally. I am going to be on my dough game now, because like, can you see in there? I'm hoping it focuses. Like, look at all those layers. I'm determined to become a pastry queen, because I do not make bread, but these are banging. So even just watching it rise, I was so satisfied, like just seeing it rise, and I was like, oh yeah, so good. Right. Jules told me to ask to save her one of the chocolate orange ones, so I'm going to give her the other half. But this is banging. Oh my god.